health screenings, social distancing, and hand sanitizing stations will be the norm. Now, I don't mean to sound negative. I just like to plan ahead so I can be prepared. So, I'll be pointing out some of the ways that I see a typical Magic Kingdom tour day changing as a result of health and safety measures. But first, hi, I'm Holly, and welcome to It's a Great Disney Day. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the little bell so you know when I upload my weekly videos. And be sure and check us out on Facebook at It's a Great Disney Day. So, right off the bat, as we're walking down Main Street, USA, I like to cut through the Emporium and follow it all the way down to Casey's Corner to bypass some of the crowds on Main Street. But I'm thinking at first, Disney is likely to be counting the number of guests that are entering and exiting the Emporium. So my secret Main Street bypass may not be working for me. When it comes to the Main Street vehicles, they may not be running initially, but I do think that Disney will get them back going. But they'll definitely have to have some sort of cleaning procedure in between guests. I always do rope drop, so that is definitely where large crowds gather. So even if they're not doing the castle show, there is going to have to be some sort of social distancing for rope drop. I always like to take the Peter Pan path. The first thing I notice here is the carousel. It's one of my favorite things to ride. There's a lot of history with this, with Walt Disney, and with me and my family. I just do not see how they would be able to clean this in between rides. The first ride I usually head to is Peter Pan's Flight. I think the queue will pretty much involve social distancing. And I think when people disembark, cast members should be able to quickly wipe down the handrails before loading the next guests. And that's likely going to be the case for most of the Omnimover rides, like Haunted Mansion and Voyage of the Little Mermaid, and even Pooh. With the many adventures of Winnie the Pooh, there's an interactive play area, and I don't think those things are going to be around much longer. Other attractions that have interactive play areas include Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and Dumbo. Kids and adults play and touch those things all day long, and I just don't see how they're going to be able to be kept clean. One ride that I think may not even open initially is the Mad Tea Party. Each one of the teacups would have to be sanitized on the spinning wheel, the seats, and all around the edges and the doors. It would either take a full crew or a really long time to get them all sanitized for the next group of guests to take a ride. The same may be true for the Magic Carpets of Aladdin, Dumbo, and the People Mover. The boat rides, like It's a Small World, Pirates of the Caribbean, and Splash Mountain, could be wiped down easily and quickly by a cast member. And I'm sure they'll be using the every other row seating strategy for social distancing. One attraction that I'm not sure how they're going to handle is the Jungle Cruise. You have a boat that 15 to 20 people have to hold onto handrails, sit in the same area with. You also have a skipper who has ridden with many different guests throughout the day. Now, while the boats could be sanitized, I think social distancing procedures could really limit the number of people that would be allowed onto the boat. So I'm really curious to see how they'll handle that. When hearing that only a percentage of the usual number of guests will be allowed to enter the parks, my first thought was that translates to less wait time. But on second thought, with the extra cleaning necessary in between guests, wait time still could be about the same as usual. For some of the attractions that have the usual 1 to 2 hour wait, Disney may use something like the boarding groups over at Hollywood Studios. But this brings up an interesting question. With no fireworks, parades, theater shows, stage shows, Streetmosphere characters, or character meet and greets, and a limited number of guests allowed in the shops, what will there be for people to do, other than to eat or play on the My Disney Experience app? I think this is going to be tricky for Disney to figure out. Either way, the important thing is guest safety. And I do have every confidence that Disney will take care of the cast members and the guests' health and safety while providing a great vacation experience under the current circumstances. So, what do you think will be changing on your next trip at Disney World? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Well, that will have to do it for today's video. Be sure and hit the like button if you feel like this video is helpful for your next trip to Disney World. Stay tuned in the future for lots more practical Disney World tips. Be sure and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a video. Well, until the next video, remember, life is what you make it, so make it a great Disney day. See ya!